Good morning, everybody. Last night, in the middle of the night, the building fire alarm went off twice, an hour and a half apart. The weather was actually pretty nice. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and then like 2:20, I think. So they don't know why it went off, but it did anyway. So yesterday, I spent the day with this old friend who was visiting from California, and he brought a friend with him. So, and a new friend named Kyle. So the friend, as we call Tracy Mail, because that's how he signs all his cards, and when he gives out his number, puts Tracy and then Mail in parentheses so people know he's a guy. Anyway, he hates his name. So, went up the island because that's what you have to do when you bring people in. Kyle actually from California, but he went to college in Johnson and Wales in Rhode Island. But I guess he's been out west most of the time, so he wanted to see the airport, our tiny little airport, and so we went up the island. We did the walk around. I got a raspberry lime Ricky. Gave him the whole 9 yards. Went up from Quincy, came back down. I was ragging on Tracy the whole time because, he's from here and he couldn't find his way around. I'm like, it hasn't been that long. Take a left. Anyway, it was good to see him. Last time it was 2015. I guess it's 8 years when I went out there. Visited Berkeley, California, birthplace of Ben Affleck, who lived there till he was 8, but they keep on calling him a Cambridge native. It's better than when they called him and his boyfriend a Boston natives or whatever. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said boyfriend. But, I don't know. He's doing a new Dunkin's commercial. The Dunkin's actually out where Tracy lives now, where Rick Morgan lives. So they can drink the bad coffee too now. I miss Mr. Donuts. Remember Mr. Donuts? They had Dad's coffee. And their plain donut was so good. It snapped when you bit into it, and it was like soft as a pillow inside. It was so good, so good. Anybody out there remember the Jolly Donuts? Well, driving through Southie yesterday, in addition to all the new plywood ranch apartment buildings they built, there's a lot of big holes in the ground. And where Jolly Donuts was, there's a huge hole in the ground. So I can't imagine what's going up there, though. I'm sure we all know. There's a couple of other spots. Where Bell's used to be. Huge hole in the ground. It looks like it's the basement to the place. It was pretty deep. I don't know. Right beside it is new apartments. They don't look like the new projects ones, though. They look different. So I don't know if the city sold off part of it to somebody else or not. But yeah, so new buildings, ugly ones, big holes in the ground. Though the building on English Square next to where the English School used to be, it's kind of a nice looking building. Somebody actually put some time into it, but I don't know. Still, most of it is unrecognizable. Broadway, everything looks different. It was like that for like 150 years or more. Most of it, honestly, those buildings were very old. There's one that still looks like a house if you look at it the right way, where, I can't remember the name of it. The Cast Stop, I think it's that, or the building next to it was a house. They were all houses at one time, up and down the street. And you can still see the roof on it. That if you go head back towards A Street on the right, there's a few left there. But they'll probably be demolished soon. And I'm trying to remember which street we were on, and they tore a whole house down. And I was trying to remember what the house looked like before that, but in between the other houses, tore the thing completely down. Now, I don't know if they're going to put it up. This is like, regular houses, Not where they normally put up apartment buildings, but I think that's what they're going to do there. So, I don't know. Anyway, having a CAT scan today. Meow. 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 See if there's anything growing in there. Anyway, not much I can do about it. I got to leave in a little while because I have to drink something. I guess it's one of them Illuminati things or something. But and then I think that's it. I'm done until the cruise Friday. Just want to get on it. Did you hear about the car? Somebody drove a car into that, like dropped right in front of where the boats go. I was like, oh, great. Is that going to screw up my cruise? Because obviously, I really do care about this person. No, I don't. What are you doing? They haven't said where they found anybody in it yet, though. It's really kind of creepy. They had like 300 cops out there, like they usually do when something happens. In Frogman. They were using old footage of these guys, the frogmen jumping in the water. You know, I don't know how old it was, but it wasn't like they were there when they saw these guys jump in because it was the middle of the night when they did it, but I don't know. I tried doing that one time with the tank and the mask and everything, and I was doing okay. I was in a swimming pool, actually. And then those tanks are heavy. All of a sudden, I started to tip to the left, and I started to roll till I was face up, and then the tank started to pull me down, and I started freaking out, like I usually do in water. He's up there today. He's up there. Yes, Equate. That's also a Mike-approved product. Yeah. That's my ibuprofen. I remember my father used to take me up the island. And, oh my God, it could be 102 degrees and you'd order a black coffee, you know, and then he'd drink the thing. I'm like, how does he drink that? I mean, you could see the steam and sparks and smoke coming out of the thing. And he'd start drinking it as soon as he got it. He must have had his throat made of asbestos or something. But that began my life's journey to find out the mysteries of coffee. His friend Paul Collins used to give it to me when my father wasn't looking. He was kind of a wise guy. Poor guy died very young. Nice guy. Really nice guy. Got a picture of him on the Facebook page of my father and him, me, my brother John, and this other guy. I can't remember what his name was. I guess he worked with my father, and somebody's holding me up, and I'm like, I'm running. The weird thing is, I've always kind of remembered that. I have a memory of that, and I know it's authentic of that day. As I was running, I was like running in air, and that might have been the last time we saw Paul. And I just started thinking something. Who was taking the photograph? We didn't have working cameras when I was a kid. There was a couple in my mother's china closet thing, but we didn't have any film for them or anything. Pat used to have all the cameras and everything. Who took that picture? Huh. That's really strange now. So the bathrooms aren't open up the island yet. You know, the piss rooms, as I call them. So they have, but they got the porta potties. It took them 100 years to figure out to do that. But those bathrooms are so bad. I mean, I want to say they opened up maybe around between 66 and 68. Maybe somebody else knows for sure. But they look exactly the